Today we'll have a discussion on paragraph writing. So on this topic we'll discuss about how to write a paragraph. So before we move further, first tell me what does it mean by a paragraph? So a paragraph is always a single thought. That single thought has to be explained in detail by using supporting details. And those supporting details may be, they are the examples, they are the evidences. So by using examples or the evidences, we try to support our idea or the thought. That's what a paragraph. So observe carefully. For example, you are going to write an essay. An essay consists of number of paragraphs actually. Maybe in the examination, they may ask you to write a life biography of Kalpana Chawla. Imagine when you are going to write something about the life biography of Kalpana Chawla, you are going to divide the content into different paragraphs. So in what way you are going to divide the content into different paragraphs? For example, in paragraph 1, my idea is I talk about the childhood and birth details of Kalpana Chawla. So paragraph 1, I am going to highlight a single thought on birth details or the childhood of Kalpana Chawla. Paragraph 2, I am going to focus on educational details of Kalpana Chawla. Paragraph 3, I may talk about professional life of Kalpana Chawla. Paragraph 4, I may talk something about achievements of Kalpana Chawla. And paragraph 5, I may talk about maybe the married life of Kalpana Chawla and how Kalpana Chawla was died. So observe carefully, when I am going to write an essay, the content of the essay has been divided into different paragraphs and each paragraph has focused on one single thought. For example, paragraph 1, I am talking about birth details. It is an idea, it is a thought. So that idea and the thought is going to be elaborated in detail with the supporting details. What are the supporting details I am going to mention in paragraph 1 related to the birth details? When Kalpana Chawla was born, where Kalpana Chawla was born, who are the parents of Kalpana Chawla, how is the childhood of Kalpana Chawla? All these supporting details I am going to give to my main idea. So these are called supporting ideas. Okay. So observe carefully, my dear students. Every paragraph should focus on one single thought. That single thought has to be elaborated in detail by using supporting details. So this is what a plan of action before you are going to write something on the paper. But I have seen many students actually while they are writing a paragraph, without having any plan of organization, they will put every idea on the paper in an unsystematic manner, which creates a lot of confusion to the reader. So my dear students, so today we are going to discuss how to write a well-organized paragraph. Next slide. If you want to make your paragraph as the best paragraph, if you want to contribute the best writing from your part, what are the qualities a paragraph should have? So according to my opinion, there are 3 qualities which are very important to make your paragraph so interesting and effective. So what are the 3 qualities a paragraph should have or any kind of a writing should have? They are, one is accuracy, second one is brevity, third one is clarity. Accuracy is nothing but no mistakes. In a very simple manner, I could say that accuracy is nothing but no mistakes. So when you write something on the paper, make sure that there will not be any kind of mistakes. Because as you know that, for example, while I am speaking something in English, during my explanation, if I commit any mistake, in speech it can be easily ignored, but whereas it is not possible in writing. Because the reason is everything is visible to the reader. So whatever the mistake you have committed in writing, it is quite visible to the reader, and you may lose impression from the reader if you have committed many mistakes in your writing. And second point, brevity. What does it mean by brevity, my dear students? Brevity means briefness. Brevity means briefness. The most important quality of writing is brevity. Why? Because people, they don't have a time to read all the unnecessary content what you have written. So whatever the ideas would like to convey to the reader, convey the ideas in a brief and concise manner. Okay, come to the point directly with good explanation. Don't come with a roundabout the way. Don't beat around the bushes. Instead of talking about the topic from roundabout the way, explain the topic in a direct manner with appropriate evidences, examples, and supporting details. Don't provide unnecessary and irrelevant information to the reader, okay, which may create a lot of boredom to the reader. He doesn't want to lose his time. So, one of the important qualities of writing is brevity. Convey the information in a brief and concise manner. Next one, the third important quality of writing. What is the third important quality of writing? Which is very important and which is the aim of your writing. Whatever you would like to convey something to the reader, make it very clear. Because if the reader is unable to understand what you have conveyed, then there is no purpose of conveying the information in the form of a writing. Okay, remember there is a quotation in English language, my dear students. Clarity of thought gives you clarity of expression. What is the quotation? Let me repeat it. Clarity of thought gives you clarity of expression. That means what? Being a writer, first you should have a clarity what you are trying to convey to the reader. If you have the clarity, then you can also convey the information clearly to the reader. But if the writer doesn't have the clarity what he is trying to convey, the same confusion will be transferred to the reader also. Reader is unable to understand what you are trying to convey. Okay, the ultimate goal of your writing, yes, the ultimate goal of writing, providing the information with clarity. Providing the information with clarity. Dear students, these three are the fundamental qualities of writing. Follow these three important qualities in your writing. Now, how to achieve these three qualities in your writing? How to achieve these three qualities in writing? Accuracy, how to achieve that? What are the steps we have to follow in our writing? Let me explain. Make sure that in your writing, there will not be any kind of spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, syntax errors. What does it mean by syntax, my dear students? What does it mean by syntax? Exactly, sentence formation, 1142-1063. So syntax is nothing but the exact and right formation of sentences. Okay, and make sure that there will not be any kind of tense errors. I could say one thing, my dear students, while you are writing a paragraph has to follow, or an essay has to follow only one single tense. Don't combine multiple number of tenses while you are conveying the information to the reader. So that's what tense errors. So if you want to achieve accuracy in your writing, make sure that, my dear students, there will not be any kind of spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, syntax errors, as well as tense errors. If you follow these, then automatically we can achieve the accuracy in your writing. Now the second point, how to achieve the brevity. How to achieve the brevity in your writing? Make sure that in your writing, there will not be any kind of redundancy. What is the meaning of redundancy? Redundancy is nothing but repetition of same idea, which creates lot of boredom to the reader. ఫస్ట్ ఏదైతే పాయింట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసావో మిడిల్లో కూడా అదే పాయింట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి ఎండింగ్లో కూడా అదే పాయింట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి see while you are going to present something on the paper in the form of a paragraph, present the idea only for one time. Don't repeat the same idea for multiple number of times, which creates lot of monotonous feeling and boredom feeling to the reader. So one of the ways to achieve the brevity is nothing but make sure that there will not be any kind of repetitive ideas. In a technical terminology, in a writing terminology, we call it as redundancy. And second one, remove all the unnecessary information related to the topic. So being a good writer, you should have an ability to analyze the content. What is the good information? What is the relevant information? You should be able to analyze it. What information is necessary to give the clarity to the reader? A good writer has to analyze it well. So whatever the information is necessary to them, provide only necessary required information to the reader. But if you come across any unnecessary ideas in your writing, dear students, try to remove them. Dear students, try to remove them. And third point, direct to the point. Don't beat around the bushes, my dear students, while you are conveying your point of view. Don't beat around the bushes while you're trying to convey your point of view. Convey your point directly. Convey the point directly. That is one of the other qualities which will help us to achieve the brevity in your writing. And the fourth one, whatever you have mentioned, that use appropriate vocabulary. Instead of explaining something in 2 sentences, actually, the same thing you can explain in one single word, that we call it as one-word substitutes. We can also explain some elaborative explanation in a one single phrase, that we call it as an idiomatic expression. So in your writing, use idiomatic phrases, use one-word substitute, use phrasal verbs. I could say that they are the ingredients of your writing, which makes your writing so interesting, effective. Which makes your writing so interesting and effective. I have already told that. If you would like to make a delicious dish, what we require? Very good ingredients are required. Similarly, if you want to make your writing so effective, a writing should consist of different types of vocabulary, different types of sentence formation. So if you use this variation in your writing as ingredients, that automatically brings the effectiveness to your writing. And third one, clarity. I have already told that clarity of thought gives you clarity of expression. The ultimate goal of your writing is nothing but achieving clarity. How to achieve the clarity in your writing, my dear students? Mind mapping. I don't know whether I discussed this point or not. Mind mapping. What is mind mapping? I'll explain it later. Outline the structure. Outline the structure is nothing but what? Before you're going to present your ideas on the paper, have an outline. Okay, I should have an introduction. I should have a body in the paragraph. I should have a conclusion in the paragraph. My paragraph should have a title. Okay, this is called an outline. Before you're going to write something on the paper, you should have an outline in your brain. How to present my ideas in a well-organized structure. That's called an outline. Okay, and use appropriate examples. Very, very important. Examples and evidences in the writing are very, very important. My dear students, I'm going to pose a question. What is the significance of an example in your writing, please? Examples manaki enduku upayogapadayi writing lo? Can anyone tell me what is the purpose of using examples in your writing, please? Can anyone tell me? Exactly 2013. Examples will give us better understanding. Because during my explanation, I'll give number of examples in my explanation. The reason is nothing but it will make you to understand better and an easy manner. Examples will help us to understand the concept easily. That is the purpose of examples. Mere statement does not have a value until and unless if it is accompanied by good example. If you are trying to say someone is a bad person, it is just a statement. How could you prove that that person is a bad person? If you would like to prove that that person is a bad person, you should have an evidence with you. You should have an example with you. Then only the reader will convince. But if you say that he is a bad person, he is an intelligent person, people are not ready to believe that. We need evidences. We need examples. So while you are trying to convey the information to the reader, dear students, we need examples. So examples are very important. Okay. So what are the three qualities of your best writing? The three qualities are accuracy, brevity, clarity. Any kind of a writing. Either you're going to write an essay, or you're going to write a paragraph, or you're going to write a letter, or you're going to write an article in future, anything else. When you put something on the paper for an official purpose, make sure that you have to follow these three fundamental qualities of writing: accuracy, brevity, clarity. So regarding the clarity is concerned, I told that mind mapping. What does it mean by mind map? See, you have selected one topic for writing a paragraph. So after the topic, what you are going to do? You will revise the information in your brain. Whatever the information is already there in your brain, you will try to revise that. And that process we call it as brainstorming. During the stage of brainstorming, if you get any good number of ideas in your brain on the selected topic, there is a technique to present the ideas in a systematic way on the paper. That technique we call it as mind mapping. Whatever the ideas you get it in your brain, transfer those ideas in the form of a picture. Transfer those ideas in the form of a diagram. The diagram may be a pie chart. The diagram may be a tree diagram. The diagram may be a flow chart. Transferring the content in the form of a diagram, and that strategy or the technique in writing, we call it as mind mapping. The technique we call it as mind mapping. Let me explain how to do the mind mapping before we'll discuss what are the different stages of writing, my dear. So what are the different stages of writing? Today we'll have a discussion on essay writing. Especially what is the basic structure of the essay. See, if you know how to write a paragraph, writing an essay becomes very easy. So we'll have a discussion today on essay writing. So dear students, what is the basic structure of essay? What is the basic structure of essay? An essay should have an introduction, body, and conclusion. In today's class, we'll have a discussion on how to write an introduction effectively and how to describe the body of the essay as well as conclusion of the essay. So what are the techniques we're supposed to follow to write an effective introduction, impressive body of the essay, and thought-provoking conclusion? So that is what we are going to discuss in today's class. Okay. So before we discuss about the structure of the essay, first I would like to discuss about what is the difference between thesis statement and topic sentence. So what is the thesis statement, my dear students? Thesis statement is a central idea of the essay, which is generally highlighted in the introductory paragraph of the essay. I'm asking once again, where is the thesis statement? The thesis statement is generally be existed in introductory paragraph of the essay. And how many thesis statements we may have in an essay? How many thesis statements we may have in an essay? We have only one thesis statement for the overall essay. I could say that in a very simplified manner, thesis statement is nothing but the opinion of the writer on the topic in an essay. Thesis statement is nothing but the opinion of the writer on the topic. That becomes the thesis statement. By reading the thesis statement of the essay, the reader will understand what is the central idea of the essay, what is the opinion of the writer on the topic. That's what a thesis statement. Whereas topic sentence is nothing but it is the central idea of the paragraph. Generally, a topic sentence will be there in support of the thesis statement, because as you know that all the paragraphs in the essay we are going to write according to the opinion of the writer. So that is the reason every topic sentence is going to support the thesis statement. Each paragraph has one topic sentence. See, if you have one thesis statement in an essay, whereas how many topic sentences we will have in an essay, it is purely based on number of paragraphs. If an essay consists of 4 paragraphs, we will have 4 topic sentences. If an essay consists of 5 paragraphs, we will have 5 topic sentences. Okay, so this is in brief about the difference between topic sentence and thesis statement. Let us see how to write a thesis statement and topic sentence for your better understanding. See, I have given a topic here, impact of movies on youth. There is a topic called impact of movies on youth. Observe carefully, it is a debatable topic. So generally for a debatable topic, a writer may have 2 to 3 opinions. So what are the 2 to 3 opinions a writer may have? A writer may feel that there is a positive impact of movies on youth. But other writer may feel that there is a negative impact of movies on youth. But some other writer may feel that it has both positives and negatives. It is purely based on the perception and the opinion of the writer. So according to the opinion of the writer, we are going to write an essay. Maybe this is the topic for your essay in the examination. First, you have to decide your opinion. What is your opinion on the topic? Okay. Do you feel that there is a positive impact of movies? Or do you feel that there is a negative impact of movies? Or do you feel that it has both positives as well as negatives? According to your opinion, you have to write the thesis statement in the introductory paragraph. So how to write the thesis statement? Let us see once. For example, if you have a negative opinion, how to write the thesis statement? So you have to express your opinion in the introductory paragraph. In my opinion, movies have more negative impact on the youth. So according to the opinion of the writer, he is going to write the remaining paragraphs in support of his opinion. Okay, why movies have a negative impact on youth? So every paragraph he is going to write in support of the thesis statement. Okay, as you know that every paragraph should have a topic sentence also. So that is the reason I told that the topic sentence is going to support the thesis statement. Okay, in an essay. For example, here the writer has a negative impact. Maybe I have a positive impact on movies. Then what may be the thesis statement here? What may be the thesis statement here? In my view, movies have more positive influence on the youth. Then I am going to write the essay in a positive direction about the movies. So according to the thesis statement, the content of the essay will be there. How to write the topic sentences? Either oka stand teeskoni topic sentences raadam. We'll take one stand. A stand teeskunnanu ikkada nenu. So I have taken negative impact of youth. So as you know that an essay consists of number of paragraphs, each paragraph should focus on one single thought. So paragraph 1 na topic sentence enti, na central idea enti, let us explain. First paragraph I am going to talk about, it is misguiding the people to the wrong ways. So in the first paragraph I am going to highlight It is my topic sentence in the first paragraph. The movies are misguiding the people in the wrong way. So in the supporting details, what I am going to explain, in what way the movies are misguiding the youth. I have to highlight that. So I have to give number of examples how the movies are misguiding the youth in the first paragraph. So this is the central idea of paragraph 1. Then what about the central idea of paragraph 2? It influences the people to addict to the bad habits. Because as you know that in most of the films actually, maybe the heroes or heroines in the recent time, they got addicted to the bad habits. So I'm going to highlight that. Even the youth also getting addicted to that by the influence of heroines habits in the movies. So I'm going to give number of examples of movies in support of that central idea of paragraph 2. And paragraph 3 I'm going to highlight, it is really spoiling their education and career. Some of the people, they are leaving the education with the passion of movies, and they are leaving the education and going towards that. So their studies are getting disturbed because of the influence of the movies. So how their studies are getting influenced because of the influence of movies, I will explain in paragraph 3. Observe carefully. Every topic sentence or every paragraph I am describing in support of the thesis statement. What is my thesis statement in this essay? In my opinion, movies have a negative impact on youth. So this is the way, my dear students, we have to design an essay. Did you all understand how to write a topic sentence and thesis statement? So all the topic sentences or the paragraphs we are supposed to write according to the opinion of the writer. That is nothing but the thesis statement. Now, so what are the elements we have in the structure of the essay, my dear students? An essay should have an introduction, body, and conclusion. Now, we are going to have a discussion on how to write an introduction. How to write an introduction? What are the techniques we are supposed to follow to write an introduction? My dear students, what are the techniques we are supposed to follow to write an introduction? Yeah, first technique. An introduction should have an attention grabber. Dear students, first impression is the best impression. Okay, because when the reader is going to read your content, first he'll start reading from the introductory paragraph of the essay. If you have created some interest and the curiosity in the introductory paragraph of the essay, then the reader with that curiosity and interest will continue the rest of the essay. If you want to impress the reader, better to start the essay with an attention grabber. What does it mean by an attention grabber, my dear students? What does it mean by an attention grabber? The techniques which will help us to grab the attention of the reader in writing, they are called attention grabbers. They are called attention grabbers. If you have started the introduction in a very monotonous note, it may not create curiosity and interest in the mind of the reader, my dear students. To create such a kind of interest and curiosity in the mind of the reader, we need to use some different techniques in writing. We need to apply some attention grabbers in the introductory part of the essay. That may create some kind of a curiosity in the reader to read your content. So what kind of attention grabbers we may use in your writing, my dear? They are, you can start the introductory part of the essay with a short anecdote or a quotation. You can start an essay with a quotation, but make sure that the quotation which you have selected for the introductory part of the essay should be related to the topic, my dear. Okay, quotation and the topic should not be irrelevant to each other. They must be relevant to each other. Techniques vaadamannan kada ani ఏ టెక్నిక్ పడితే ఆ టెక్నిక్ వాడకూడదు. You need to select a proper technique which is suitable to the topic. You need to apply an attention grabber which is appropriate and emphasize the importance of the topic in the introductory paragraph. Ala attention grabbers ni select chesukovali. But make sure that the attention grabber which you are trying to take, it must be related to the topic. So you can start an introductory part with an anecdote or with a quotation, or you can use a contradictory statement which is completely different to the belief of the reader. Okay, you can use a contradictory statement which is completely different to the belief of the majority of the readers. Then automatically it creates some kind of a curiosity in them. So what are the other elements we have to include in the introductory part of the essay? Provide necessary background information, my dear students. Okay, first thing, an introductory part of the essay should have a thesis statement, which is the central idea of the essay, and you need to express it very clearly to the reader. Okay, and next one, give the basic information of the topic, which emphasizes the importance of the topic. Next one, how to write the body of the essay. Dear students, how to write the body of the essay? As you know that the body of the essay consists of different paragraphs. Ante kada? Body of the essay consists of different paragraphs. And how to write a paragraph? You know that a paragraph should have a topic sentence. Make sure that each paragraph should have a topic sentence. And each paragraph should focus on one single thought. Each paragraph should focus on one single thought and give the topic sentence clearly for each paragraph in the first line. So that is the point you have to remember. And next one, supporting points. So whatever the supporting ideas you are explaining in support of the central idea of the paragraph, make sure that they must be relevant to the topic. Make sure that they must be relevant to the topic. Avoid irrelevant and unnecessary ideas in the paragraph. As I have already mentioned, they create a lot of boredom to the reader. Use appropriate examples in support of ideas in the paragraph. I have already explained, my dear students, what is the importance of example. The examples which will give the reader a better understanding, an easy understanding to the reader. So use appropriate amount of examples while you are explaining the central idea of the paragraph. You are giving an example to understand the central idea of the paragraph. But if you are trying to take the complex example, it creates a lot of confusion to the reader. So that is the reason, while you are picking up the examples, pick up the examples which are quite familiar to the readers, which will make them to easily understand the concept. That is the way you have to pick up the examples. Okay? And that is what the second point we have to remember. And regarding the body of the essay, what is the third point? Brevity. What does it mean by brevity, my dear students? Brevity is nothing but briefness, conciseness. Convey maximum ideas with limited sentences. How to convey maximum ideas with the limited sentences, my dear? No repetition of ideas. We can use idiomatic expressions. We can use one-word substitutes. Exactly. These are the different techniques we have to follow to convey the maximum information with limited sentences. Fourth one, whatever the information you are conveying, make sure that it must be clear and complete. In the previous class also I have given a quotation. Clarity of thought gives you clarity of expression. Either you are a speaker or a writer. First, being a speaker or a writer, you should have a clarity what you are trying to convey to the audience. You audience ki em cheppalanukuntunnavu anedi first neeku clarity undali. So being a speaker or the writer, first you should have a clarity what you would like to convey to the audience. If you have a clarity, the same clarity will be transferred to the reader too. But if you don't have the clarity, the same confusion will be transferred to the reader. Differentiate coherence and cohesion. What is the difference between coherence and cohesion? Let me explain that. I have already told that it is related to the organization of ideas. What is cohesion, my dear? What is cohesion, my dear? And what is coherence? Let me explain that. The logical connectivity among the sentences in a paragraph, that we call it as a cohesion. As you know that a paragraph consists of number of sentences or number of ideas. The logical connectivity among the number of ideas in a paragraph, and that kind of a quality we call it as cohesion. Okay, similarly, an essay consists of number of paragraphs too. The logical connectivity among the paragraphs in an essay, we call it as coherence. So in the examination, they will ask you differentiate cohesion and coherence. Cohesion means logical connectivity among the ideas in a paragraph. Coherence means logical connectivity among the paragraphs in an essay. And what is the last element in the essay? What is the last element in the structure of the essay? Conclusion. How to write the conclusion now? Conclusion ante enti cheppandi? In an essay, what does it mean by conclusion? And I'm reminding you, what is that? Generally, a conclusion is going to start with transition words. Paragraph writing lo kuda ade cheppanu kada. Concluding statement is going to start with the transition word. Therefore, finally, so, okay, to conclude, in short, to summarize, these are all the different transition words we can make it use of writing a conclusion. Start the concluding paragraph with the transition words. That is point number 1. So start the concluding paragraph of the essay with a transition word and make sure that the transition word must be separates with comma. Make sure that the transition word must be separates with comma. Okay, that is point number 1. Point number 2, conclusion ante enti asalu? Conclusion ante, it is a brief summary of the total content of the body of the essay. So whatever the ideas you have highlighted, you are trying to re-emphasize the main ideas, you are trying to summarize the main ideas in the form of a conclusion. Okay, I could say that in a very simple way. It is a reminder to the reader, these are the points you have read up to now in the body of the essay. It is a reminder to the reader, or it is a revision to the reader, these are the points highlighted in the body of the essay. But make sure that while you are summarizing the main points of the essay in the form of a conclusion, they should not create monotonous feeling to the reader. But how to avoid the monotonous feeling to the reader? Because you are emphasizing the same ideas. How to avoid the monotonous feeling to the reader when you are emphasizing the same ideas in the form of a conclusion? The way is nothing but change the sentence formation. The way is nothing but change the sentence formation. Convey the same idea, but in a different sentence formation that automatically help us to avoid the monotonous feeling to the reader while they are reading the conclusion. So did you all understand what does it mean by conclusion and how differently and impressively you have started the introductory paragraph of the essay? The same difference, the same uniqueness, the same impact you have to create to the reader at the end of the essay. Okay, so the reader should have a wow feeling. Yes, I have read a good essay. A reader should have a wow feeling. Yes, I have read a good essay. Okay, end with a strong, memorable concluding statement. It is also known as a wow statement. The last sentence of your essay should make the reader to think, should make the reader to give a complete satisfaction that yes, I have read a very good essay. Okay, that shows the ability of writer. That shows the ability of writer. This is what essay. So this is the way you have to write an essay.